Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Wednesday, May 11, 2022, a little after 3 p.m. Eastern. We're having a time for change call. We're going to cover a lot of areas on this call tonight. All the different areas. As we do, to shine light on things and then explain things so that people don't get too confused about some of this stuff that's flying around out there. An all-pervasive, peaceful feeling awaits each and every one of us right now, right in this moment. Now, it's a choice. Simply choose to be at peace with your life exactly as it is. Dive with your whole being into peaceful ideas and be consumed by its vast ocean, of bliss. The choice is available in each moment. Our mental and emotional diets determine our overall energy levels, health, well-being, to a far greater extent than most people realize. Every thought and feeling, no matter how big or small, impacts our inner energy reserves, our mind. Did you ever play with magnets as a kid? I did. If you hold two magnets together with their attractive magnetic pole facing each other, their pull to be together can be so strong that it's challenging to keep them apart. You can literally feel the magnetic fields tugging to be together and become one unified mass. This is the same principle of how a manifesting mantra can work with magnetizing a desired outcome into your life. This is the same principle of how a manifesting mantra can work with magnetizing a desired outcome into your life. The desired outcome could be anything. I think a lot of people think manifesting is all about money, and it isn't. That's a small segment of manifesting. See, as a civilization, learning, each of us choosing in our own way to learn, develop the confidence, the trust, the faith in ourselves and the universe, and work from the heart-mind as our main base, not the ego mind. Scientifically, your body and mind are a natural biomagnetic computer. This is continuously communicating with the universe, nonstop, okay? Your thoughts and emotions act like a radio tower, constantly sending out signals for contacting similar types of people, circumstances, and experiences. There is a biomagnetic sphere of energy that surrounds you called your aura, which creates a measurable signal showing the type of energy you're sending out into this universe. It is always communicating a frequency, through your emotional state about what you want and do not want to manifest into your life. And we've got, there's studies going back to the late 1930s that show through Carillion photography, okay? Carillion photography, that a tangible magnetic field of biomagnetic energy surrounds us all the time. The Carillion photos show an aura around human beings experiencing strong emotional states begin to radiate certain colors or frequencies all around their bodies. This field of energy around the body is what connects us with the like-minded atoms and humans in this universe. Kirlian photography is a special kind of camera that actually can pick up everyone's aura, their auric field surrounding their bodies. Scientists have taken their research further and have found that the biomagnetic aura of an immature tree leaf, that's right, tree leaf, will match the full-grown size that the leaf will become later in life. Think about that. They have discovered that the biomagnetic aura of an immature tree leaf will match the full-grown size that the leaf will become later in life. When the leaf reaches its full-grown size, the previous documented aura is exactly the same size as the older leaf. We are just like these leaves in that we emanate the particular thought vibrational energy that we will one day grow into. It's good to know that for the rest of your life, you are creating this magnetic energy field that will constantly be working on attracting your future life to you. Every intention sets energy into motion. Every intention sets energy into motion, whether you are conscious of it or not. Gary Zukav. So I've had a lot of people ask me, how does a manifesting mantra work? Spill the oil lamp. Spill the oil lamp. Set this dry, boring place on fire. If you have ever made wanton love with God, then you have ignited the brilliant light inside that every one of us needs. Hafiz. The difference between repeating an affirmation and making it into a manifesting mantra is all about where the energy is coming from inside you. Affirmations are positive statements that are not yet emotionally charged up with the consciousness of the magical manifesting mindset. Affirmations are positive statements that are not yet emotionally charged up with the consciousness of the magical manifesting mindset. There's still a belief in separation from the universal source and a feeling of disconnection from our natural manifesting abilities. Deep down, affirmations are coming from a place of hope, desire, and lack, and not fully believing that every thought and feeling is physically creating our reality in each living moment of our lives. See, how many do you think on this planet, just for giggles, are not fully believing that every thought and feeling is physically creating our reality in each living moment of our lives? The power behind manifesting is born out of the acceptance that we are all naturally manifesting beings. We are manifesting magnets who are constantly attracting, magnetizing, creating our own enlightened or unenlightened experience of life in each moment. The mantra you choose to repeat vibrates out the feeling that you are either the master of your reality or a powerless victim in disguise. There is not a ton of gray area in this field. You are either fully conscious that you're creating your reality or unaware of it in each new moment. That's it, period. You are either fully conscious that you're creating your reality or unaware of it in each new moment. The external world is just as much you as anything inside of your skin. You as a human being are a symptom of nature. You are not something that comes into the world, but something that comes out of the world. Ellen Watts. There is a deep, profound knowing that you are one with this universe and always aligned with the highest purpose and plan. The magical mindset can evolve out of the playground of using daily positive affirmations, and yet it holds a much more powerful and advanced approach because it is born in the realm of magic. It is far beyond Muggle consciousness, and it breathes the world of manifesting because it knows deep down that we are the most powerful, magical, and magnetic beings in this entire universe. The power of the magical manifesting mantra comes from this. The power of the magical manifesting mantra comes from this. We are all tuning and turning a typical positive affirmation into a manifesting mantra because we are speaking it out loud, letting it reverberate from our hearts, bellies, and souls out into every direction in this universe. This happens naturally by first getting in touch with the most magical manifesting feeling we can find inside ourselves. When we speak the positive affirmation into the universe from the magical space, a magical feeling arises with whatever we do. A mantra is a magical because it is built on the magical manifesting mindset, which knows that this universe is supporting us on the most intimate, loving levels. This mindset is affirming that everything in this life is happening for us, not to us. We are not victims of our lives, yet the conscious co-creators of everything in it. Through consciously repeating a manifesting mantra inside, we are training the aura around our bodies to participate in this magical manifesting mindset. This allows us to co-creatively move deeper into the present moment, which allows us to become more aware of the fact that we are super powerful, supreme, manifesting beings in our world. If and when we repeat a manifesting mantra one time, it can have a more powerful effect than repeating an affirmation 100 times. The crop that we harvest from the manifesting mantra all depends on the quality of emotional, mental, and energetic soil the affirmation is being planted in. Planting affirmations in fields of trust, relaxation, joy, gratitude, and abundance will only result in a full, rich crop at the end of the season. Eventually, given enough time, each of us will manifest all of our ideas into our reality. It may take 21 days or 21 lifetimes. Yet where there is the inspiration, emotion, and burning desire, the universe molds itself to give our desires a physical form in 3D reality. Wait till you experience the physical form in the 6D reality. When we can sit down and consciously choose a single particular future outcome that our heart truly wishes to manifest, not the head, the heart, we can decide through a powerful statement or affirmation that this, or better, is now coming our way. When we can repeat an intention with a strong positive emotion of joy, elation, freedom, and bliss behind it, it becomes a super powerful magnet for attracting your exact desire. The more often we repeat the affirmation, resonating with it, and ever deepening positive feeling, the faster and easier your desired result will manifest for us. Consistent daily use of the manifesting mantra will transform your life on a deeper energetic level, creating even higher vibrations and more powerful magnetic aura field around your body. Its repetition is fine-tuning the feeling of living each moment in the manifesting mindset. A continuous practice of this manifesting money mantra will create a powerful manifesting mindset, increase your consciousness about your environment and what you are attracting into it. This gentle awareness generates a feeling of being deeply connected to the universe and understanding that we are in a constant, intimate exchange with it, continuously co-creating our unique version of reality. Always remember, deep in your heart, that all is well and everything is unfolding as it should. There are no mistakes anywhere at any time. What appears to be wrong is simply your own false imagination. That's all. Robert Adams. The goal of a manifesting mantra is not so focused on attaining our ego's desires, yet it's more about becoming the living master of our mind and our lives. If you are like most people, you are facing many difficult experiences in life each day, in this life, which can make you feel trapped, limited, powerless, and stuck, fighting an inner battle with your negative thoughts and feelings. The inner conflict you experience is blocking your creativity, your love, trust, connection to Source, and stopping you from magnetizing more positive, abundant experiences to you. By resonating with the power behind your manifesting mantra, it becomes like a great fire from the sun that will burn through these blocked feelings and limiting beliefs hiding inside. New neuron connections and chemical pathways are created in the brain by using the manifesting mantra. You physically begin creating new pathways for these trapped negative emotions to find a way through. The manifesting mantra will pave a new path where your mind can move easily and can more easily perceive the unlimited positive possibilities awaiting in your future. The secret of discovering the power within your manifesting mantra is in embracing the fearful or negative vibrational mess that you're currently in. Becoming more conscious of the battle going on inside you causes a new awareness to form on what's needed to transcend it. Through embracing our darkness, we are forced to own the fact that we are super, supreme, powerful, manifesting magicians, and consciously increase our positive emotional energy and vibration. You can't change the truth, but the truth can change you, unknown. Once you start devoting more time and being conscious of which thoughts, feelings, or magnetic field you are creating around you, you can find the positive within the negative and free your body from its energetic entrapment. One challenge that you might find on this manifesting path is that the ego will tend to have very strong preferences on what should or shouldn't happen in your life. Understand that. One challenge that you might find on this manifesting path is that the ego will tend to have very strong preferences on what should or shouldn't happen in your life. The mind can get addicted and attached to ideas about what it means to be successful, loving, and what desirable outcomes should only look like. This is where the power of the manifesting mantra comes into play. The consciousness created from using a manifesting mantra cannot experience undesirable results. It only knows to be at peace with what is, honoring the magical manifesting being that you truly are. The more often you use a manifesting mantra, the more conscious you become of what the mind is thinking. And this allows you to one day become totally free from your mind, unattached to all outcomes, accepting the totality of life as it is, and living in such a high vibrational state that you can only attract positive things to you. When the mind attempts to fall into fear or worry, the magical manifesting energy comes in and says, oh well, this too shall pass, and allows those negative thoughts to move by like clouds through the open sky. By using a manifesting mantra in your daily life, you'll naturally be able to relax and trust that many positive situations are coming your way. The mantra expands your body, aura, to the point where you're tapping into an infinite number of possible positive outcomes. This is where you start attracting the juiciest life experiences and serendipitous, synchronistic outcomes. The mantra trains your brain and body to accept this in an all-loving, magical universe. And just by repeating this idea inside causes your vibration right now to skyrocket. In a short time, the most desirable outcomes will fall into your lap, as you will be becoming a super, supreme, powerful manifesting magnet for attracting every single thing that you want. So you can create this. Write it down on a piece of paper, a magical manifesting meditation, mindset. Verbally say it out. Stand in front of the mirror and say it. Say it as often as you choose. Reaffirm the fact of who and what you are. You see, most of us on this planet, since we're more body, we more believe we're body than we are the soul, because we don't know we're the soul. That's a given. So what happens? Well, we immerse ourselves in the physicality. We immerse ourselves that we are the body. And we're drawn to the physical, material life. And we're so distracted by it that that's what controls us. And we actually believe, the majority of us, that we have no power to direct our lives. No power. It's just life is life. That's life. You ever heard that one? We've all said that, haven't we? That's life. That's the way life is. That's the way this life is. Have you said that to yourself? Probably in stressful situations, irritation, confrontations, obstacles, where you just said, well, the way it is, so that's life. So we feel it's almost like we've been trained to be powerless. All of us. Where we don't look at it from within. And by simply using a magical manifesting mindset, creating a mantra, a mindset, which is a grouping of words, as we all know. And we've all done those several times. But this is different. This is something where you're consciously aware of what you're doing. You're tuning, you're reconfiguring the mind through the heart so that everything that comes along, you understand. You say to yourself, and this isn't a blame game for any of you or any of us. Oh, well, that's my fault, this and that. Well, I made a big mistake. No, it's more about understanding that whatever the life it is you choose to have, you will have. Whether it be bad or good or in between. You are the only one. Every single one of us are the ones who literally build our lives. Direct. Wherever it is we're going, we direct it. Now, obviously, if you allow yourself to stay in low vibrational frequency, which is your attitude, which is your perception, which is if you choose to look at everything as doom and gloom for you, it will be doom and gloom for you. When you choose to say, I'm looking at everything in my life on how I'm orchestrating it and how I'm designing it and how I am architecturally developing it. This is what I'm doing. This isn't arrogance. This is heart-minded. This is humbleness. This is generosity, kindness, joy. So it's what we are. Remember the leaf, the baby leaf on the tree? Its aura shows its full size. Think about that. So when you're a baby, your aura shows the full size of that body. As if that body was fully matured, fully grown. There's a lot to that. A lot to that. You have an energetic field, your energy inside that body, right? So rather than the body directing you, you direct the body. Rather than life dictating to you, you guide life for you. How do I desire my life to be? In this very moment, I don't care if you're living in a shack or under an overpass, you can determine that. And you can shift it almost immediately. Things will begin to happen. And that's for everybody. I think there's people on this planet that believe, oh, that's just for a few people. I could never do that. And you never will. Because that's what you're convinced of. Or this isn't possible. This can't be created. I don't believe that. And for you, it never will. And see, everything on this planet, all of us, we have manifested it. Everything. We have manifested everything on this planet. Good, bad, and indifferent. Not a negative. It is an awareness. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. And I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we care to do is relax these bodies we are in. You know how much different life goes throughout the day when your body's relaxed? When you're not sweating the small stuff, when you're not overly concerned, stressed, worrying, fearing. It's a whole different ballgame because by relaxing your body through the breath, easy and slowly in through the nose and easy and slowly out through the mouth, you're doing many things. Now, most people, you say, all right, Alice, you take a couple of deep breaths and calm down. Right? We're not really thinking the power of our breath, are we? It's just kind of like for granted. But when we focus on our breath, guys, we've got everything we'll ever need in this life and any lifetime. And so when we focus on our breath, we leave the ego mind and the subconscious mind alone. We leave them alone. We don't participate in them. And you know what the signs are of that? Our mind chatter that we all have. You know that noise that we all have, and we have it all the time, 24/7. It's gone. And in addition to that, worry, fear, stress, anger, hate, greed, envy, gone. It's gone. Because we've left the ego mind alone and the subconscious mind. That's powerful because it puts us in a directed position by the gods that we are by introducing a manifesting mantra, right? Magical mindset, and repeating it every day. Change it if you want. This is for you. It's not for anybody else. So you design it. Take the time to do that. You'll be blown away, because it's a reminder. Some of us are visual. Some of us are auditory. Some of us are tactile. We get more when we feel and touch or see, view, or smell, that type of thing. Because you know what's changing this planet? And you all know it because you all feel it every day. And it's not in a negative context. You're changing it. You're changing it. A lot of the stuff that this civilization used to fret about doesn't anymore. Have you noticed? It doesn't. Why is that? Well, you notice that war cannot be started, the type of conventional war that everybody fears, world war, that it can't be started. You see that? It is the vibrational frequency and the intent of humanity is what's happening. Collectively, there are groups all over this planet that are heart-minded, not ego-minded, so they don't have the intent of manipulation, greed, avarice, all of these things that have put a blanket of darkness over the planet for a very long time. But the collective consciousness, the God, has determined no more. No more. This death and destruction and debauchery that's continually gone on for hundreds of thousands of years ends. And none of us will ever sleep again. We will not sleep. We will continue to empower ourselves and others throughout infinity and beyond. That's the true mission. For all of us. There's no special, power thing here. And since our breath is so powerful and so magical while we're in these bodies, you can stay in the now. Because you know what happens? I've had people say, what is it really like to really be in the now? I mean, more than a second, right? Well, it means that you're in a place of bliss all the time. You feel this, right? It isn't an arrogance. It's a knowing and a connection with the God that you are. And it's like someone says to you, like I've said before, it's just like, Mary, what are you going to be doing tomorrow? Well, what are you going to be doing this weekend? Right? And Mary won't even know. Won't be able to answer that. That's a good thing. Oh, you're supposed to plan. Isn't that how we're taught? Plan. And go. Set the goals, make the plan, set the goals, make the plan. That's ego motivated, by the way. Your intention is all you need. And to stay in a field of high vibrational frequency is really all you need. That's it. Everything else comes to you. It comes to you an opportunity. It comes to you to take action on something. It just drops in your lap. It comes in many different ways. You don't chase it. It comes to you. We all know the story where you have a bird and you keep the bird right in your hands, and the bird can't fly away because you're afraid of losing the bird, right? Well, if I let the bird go, then, it'll never be back. The point is that you let the bird go. And if the bird comes back, then that's great. If it doesn't, that's great too. We covet and we hold on to things through our ego mind so much it's unreal. And this gets us stressed out, disoriented, fragmented, confused. And everybody who shows anger towards others, it's just love under pressure. That's what it is. People showing anger towards others is love under pressure. That's what's going on there. Because they don't know how to love themselves. They haven't surrendered to many things because they believe they're the body. You see? Okay? When you have emotional upheaval as a child through parent abuse, whatever it may be, trauma, right? It affects us because we're such sensitive beings. But when you realize you're not the body and the body is not permanent, it shifts everything. Okay? You begin to become the God and the body rather than the body. And so that pain, sorrow, anguish, stress that you carry throughout your life is gone. In other words, nothing will stick to you anymore. Nothing will stick to you anymore. Now, when you're staying in this now, everything changes. Your worry, stress, and fear and anxiety of the past, the future, past, future, past, future, past. And the reason that is because the ego mind wants you to stay in the past or the future. That's it. Not to go into the now because it doesn't exist in the now. So what would you do? What would you do if you were the ego mind, right? And you were the master over you. And you knew that if you got consciously aware enough that you knew that I'm not following the ego mind anymore, I'm going through the heart mind, and I'm leaving the ego mind alone. You would do everything you could to distract, redirect yourself from being in the now. That's not a bad thing. It's an acknowledgement. And when we realize that we're all one, right? I mean, completely, without doubt, without distrust, without pessimism, and we know that we're the God in the body. And we know that just like the Ascended Masters, right? Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Christ, Amoria, Vedantia, Pel, Thoth, Yeshua, all of the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, beneath earth, all our loved ones who've ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes we've inhabited, all the off-worlders, galactic, celestials, we're all one. Everyone housing a God. See that? Can you understand that, right? For some, it's difficult to wrap their heads around that. The mind is too small to comprehend it. So the heart's different, though. You wrap your heart around that and start to understand that. Ego is this thing that, well, that's much more advanced than us, or they're way far ahead of us. Nothing is further ahead than the God you are. Nothing. That's something that everyone must start to comprehend. Nobody is ahead of you, beyond you, more than you, the God that you are. Nobody. People say, well, that's arrogance and that's being... No, that's the ego mind talking. The heart mind is that's my natural state of being. It's really interesting, isn't it? We've been trained so long to believe the lie and to believe that we're powerless, insignificant, fragmented, worthless, on and on. And that's instilled in the body, not the God, the body. So what happens is that you believe it. So throughout life, every life just about that you have, this is what happens. Life doesn't make you. You make life. That's it. Hey, what are you doing today, Frank? I'm making my life. is what I'm doing. Kind of designing things. I've shifted around a little few things here and there, changed some pictures on the canvas and, rearranged this. And I think I've got it. I feel I've got it real good now. And so I'm getting ready to launch it. And that's your life. It's what you decide. It's what you orchestrate. It's you doing it. It's not doing it to you. And then to understand that doesn't sound so simple that your vibrational frequency and how you keep it, it's how you determine. If someone runs by and it ticks you off, right? What happens? Your frequency drops. Why would you allow that to happen? Well, we all have emotions, right? Physical emotions. It's true. But it's always responded to by the ego mind, not the heart mind. Okay? Some people feel they're weak if they respond passively. That makes them look weak and not powerful. It's ego talking right there. But when something comes at you and you get masterful enough, you say, okay, this is not here permanently, and it'll pass. You're not ignoring it, mind you, but you're also not engaging it. You ever notice that when you put things off, you put them off, right? You put them off, and you get that uneasy feeling in your heart. And your God is saying, oh, take care of this. It's nothing. Face it. Address it. And see what happens. And then you feel so much relief, don't you? You make a statement, boy, I'm glad I got that off my chest. And all of us have done that before, but when you imagine when you're practicing that all the time, you see someone yelling at their child, right? We've all seen that. They're very upset. Child's screaming. All love under pressure. And so you just blast them with your love, the God that you are. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to do anything. You just walk by and you just absolutely blast them with your love. It will shift their field of frequency. When people pray, they don't know this. They think they're praying to a God in the sky. When they pray, they're praying to the God within them. Which is a part of everything. All that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Just like you have a conversation, so you say to pure consciousness or God or whatever name you give it, you say, so what are we going to do here, God? How are we going to handle this? See, because you're actually communicating, that's huge. You're acknowledging that you're the God in the body. That's how it begins. And you start to find out that as you refer to the God that you are in situations, right? You say, how should we handle this? How should we approach this? And it'll come to you. When we begin to view each other not in judgment, right? That's through the ego mind. But when we begin to view each other as one, huge things will take place. And none of them are negative. When we view each other as one. When we actually look at each other and know that there's a God within that body. And not just a God, but an omnipotently powerful source. Just like the one in you. So when you're acknowledging it in others, you're acknowledging it in yourself. This is the only direction for this civilization to expand, grow, and flourish throughout the universe. It's the only way. To operate through the ego mind on this planet for the next hundreds of thousands of years, it won't work. And we all know something, which we're very grateful and deeply thankful for. We've learned. Many have learned through the heart-mind that we know it doesn't work for us. We know that we no longer will be led by a nose ring through life. By life. We will direct our lives. We will manifest what we desire. And we'll all be one. We'll work together as a civilization. There won't be separation anymore. These are all being viewed through this guided meditation. So in the quiet time, this is what you are conferring with the God within you. You're not saying, I wish this would happen. You're saying, this is happening. And I'm a part of it. All of you who come to these guided meditation calls, I mean, committedly lives, year after year after year, have affected this planet. For you to think, well, through the ego mind, you'd say, oh, no, that's not possible. But through the heart mind, absolutely. With open arms and a big smile. The reason these things are changing. And the other groups, too. Those who sit in silence and contemplate, and through meditation, the cleansing of the planet. So that everyone, all life, is in bliss. This is a God-planet paradigm. Everyone's in bliss. You know why? Because they've discovered they're the God and not the body. Everyone heals the body at a blink of the eye. This is the life that we are creating for all of us. It's not creating us. We're creating it. And then we generate the thoughts that we choose to generate knowingly to the universe, so the universe supplies us with everything we desire. But it is a practice, and we all know that. It's not something where someone just says, oh, I've got it all mastered. It's something that we discover one step at a time. And there's no race. Really is no race. There's no hurry. It's in your own time that you determine this. And I've had people that come to these global guided meditation repeatedly tell me when they get on these global guided meditation calls, the energy is immeasurable that they feel, that it's changed millions of lives. And it has. The whole reason for this is that eventually, guys, everybody on this planet will automatically go into meditation a couple of times during the course of the day. They'll just do it. It'll be connected because we will know that we're all one. It will be a knowing, a connection to the pure consciousness of all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. So at certain instances or times, so to speak, everybody will go into meditation. Without having a schedule, they'll just know through the heart-mind. Everybody. That's super exciting and phenomenal. And this is where we're headed. And we're all here. We always have been. Hundreds of millions of us focused on this planet being consciously aware to a certain extent. Consciously aware simply means that we know that we are of and from the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest. Eternal love. And we're all in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind. Non-judgment. Gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one, and we're all God, and we're all love. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, grow, and expand. All of us immediately form, and when I say all of us, I'm talking about the collective consciousness that's everywhere. Are focused on the liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. Complete liberation. Not one particle, not one quantum quark, atom, molecule left behind. All eliminated, vaporized. All pure evil. All lower dark matter, survival matter frequency. Do we desire to have this planet while we occupy it? Do we care to have it a God planet paradise? Well, that's just not logical, or that's not possible. The ego mind coming in again. Anything's possible. There's no limitations. Do we dare do that? I believe that we've already made that decision. Some people say, well, you won't learn that way. There won't be challenges. Oh, sure, there'll be challenges. We'll create them for ourselves. You see how it works? We desire, so we should have some challenges, right? Sure. So we create some challenges. So that we can benefit from the appreciation of those challenges and learn from them. So we form this massive white fire circle of light around the equator of this planet, right? Now, this white fire light comes from where? All of us, the gods that we are within these bodies. It is pure, deep, eternal love, the highest of the highest high vibrational frequency. And what are we doing? Flooding this planet, saturating it, permeating it, on it, in it, above it, below it, nonstop, infinity and beyond. With what? This deep, eternal love. This is part of the process of transforming this planet into a God planet paradise. We begin to ascend above the planet. As we do, we're met with this massive ocean of glitter. Now, this ocean is not like what we would, see here on this planet. It's much more. And so we take things that we've seen on this planet and we accentuate them and we increase them. So a grand finale fireworks display, only this one's a trillion times more intense and larger, trillion times larger. Same with a laser light grand finale display. And the same with a ballroom globe. We use the ballroom globe because you shine light, these perfectly etched glass pieces, and any light you shine on it, it reflects it out and floods everything and everyone. This one's a trillion times more intense and larger. So we combine all of these into a massive crescendo, and that's pretty near to what the ocean of glitter looks like. We look at the reflective points in this ocean of glitter because we're all curious. And so we look at the reflective points and we say, look at these little tiny microscopic, perfectly etched mirrors. That's what they appear to be. We enter them, we find out that all of us are learning from each other. You learn, isn't it interesting? You learn from a baby or a child. You learn, right? So it's really, isn't it funny how we view physicality, right? We feel, a 9-year-old child, and we view them as ignorant and, not knowing or anything. There's a God in there. And the interesting thing is that it hasn't been tainted. We learn. Things that we forget about, they remind us. Don't they? They do. They remind us that each of us have a child within us. We're childlike, right? but most of us spend all of our lifetime suppressing it. After a certain point, we kind of put it in the back row, put a tarp over it. Because what? Oh, we're worried what others think. Oh, we're worried what other people are going. Oh, goodness gracious. How they're going to think about us. That's the ego mind. Because you see, when you love you, deeply and eternally, when you love you, when you look in the mirror and you say, I love you, and you'll feel a shift in your heart, right in your heart. You'll feel a shift when you do that. I love you. I love you, Frank. Whatever your name may be. You look in the mirror. You'll have, as soon as you emit those words, that vibrational frequency, watch what you feel. There's no expectations there. It's just automatic. It isn't arrogance. It isn't conceit. It is through the heart mind that you're extending the love that you are to you. We learn from a cat, a dog. We do, too. We do. We learn from trees. We learn from bushes and bees and flowers and the trees. We learn from everything. It's just that when we're so connected and we're so diverted, our attention, that we are so attached to the physical material world, we negate that. And that's our what we're negating is our natural state of being. Isn't that wild? It's our natural state of being. And we negate it. Physical world, physical material world. Wild, isn't it? But the knowing puts us halfway point. The knowing all of this puts us at the halfway point. And there's no race here with any of this. It's not like, oh, who's going to be first? That's the ego mind. You ever been on the highway, right? I hear we've all experienced this. And you're driving along, and somebody comes zooming by you. And you kind of go, boy, they got it. You look at your odometer, your speedometer, and you're going, man, they got to be hitting 85. And of course, you're not. You just keep going your pace. And then so long, much longer down the way, you kind of chuckle to yourself because lo and behold, all of their hurrying and everything, you happen to be right behind them. Isn't that funny? I'm sure a lot of us have experienced that, if not all of us, at least once. We are none of us on this meditation are in the rat race. We're not in the rat race. We're out of it. That's the old 3D world. That is the ego, mind-controlled civilization. And it's a choice. And it's much different, and it's a much higher vibrational frequency for all of us. Why wouldn't we stay there? When you know the ego thought comes in, you'll know it. You'll say, that's the ego thought. That's ego. You just say, that's ego, and it will disappear. And then you say at times, ego mind, you are not in charge here. You say it lovingly. You don't say it angrily or threatening. You just say, ego mind, you're not in charge here. And watch what happens. You might have to, there are certain days you might have to say it several times. Well, big deal. You're verbalizing this fact. That where are you? You're the heart mind. You're the God. And you're in the body, and you're starting to realize the body's emotions and feelings and connections and everything. Because you're already plugged into it immensely. And you talk with the body. And you communicate with the body just like you do with the God that you are. How are we doing today, body? You stub your toe and you go, sorry about that toe. Please forgive me for stubbing you. And I know that sounds silly, but it really isn't. You know, like when you accidentally cut your finger, right? You just go, oh, darn it. That hurts. You say, sorry about that, finger. I wasn't focused. I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't in the now. My mind was everywhere else. That's what happens to us. Okay? Or you go, you turn your head someplace. You're opening a door and you bang your head right in the door because you weren't focused. You weren't. I am the now. We're immediately met by the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all, the gods that we are in these bodies, that we truly are the power of healing these bodies. We're then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all, the gods that we are within these bodies, of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We're then met with the white flaming column of light. This is a column that we created to remind us all that we are protected head to toe, inside and out, 24/7, infinity and beyond, with a white fire armor. It's nothing like the armor on this planet. It's way beyond that. This white fire armor emanates from the heart, the God, pure, deep, eternal love. The highest of the highest high vibrational frequencies. Can't be penetrated, can't be affected by any lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies. So we don't have demon possession. We don't have attachment. We don't have all the influences of those frequencies. Ever, ever, ever. Yet, only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency low enough, whether it be consciously or unconsciously, through anger, hatred, fear, greed, envy, revenge, hurriedness, worry, stress, fear, you will create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies come flooding in. Then demon possession, attachment, a lot of other things are possible. You do decide to do this, you're immediately met with a double column of light. The first part of this column we created is the purple transmuting flame. It is to remind us that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all of these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, sending them to pure consciousness where they are, no more. We are then met with the second part of this column of light, the violet ray. We created this part of the column of light to remind us all that we can bring in the violet ray. We can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony to the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is the column of light that we created, the gods that we are within these bodies, to remind us all that we are the sun. We are the sunlight. We are the sunsets and the sunrises. We are the rain and the rainbows. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams, the skies, the clouds. We are the trees, the forests, the soils, the mountains, everything. We're everything. Everything is us. Always have been, always will be, ever, beyond, and forever. Regularly, we normally would look at a sunset and say, isn't that beautiful? And it is beautiful because it is you. It is the God that you are. All of this is the God that you are. When you look at something through the heart mind, you say, that's the God that I am. This reconnects you to all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. This exercise, it reconnects you. You begin to start to discover within yourself that you actually are the God. It reaffirms that understanding. You look at an ocean front, ocean, rivers, lakes, streams, and you say, that's the God that I am. We continue to ascend above the planet. We're met with this massive crystalline light tower. Now, this tower we created. It's larger than the solar system. In the center of the column, we see this magnificent oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere, we see this beautiful golden white ball of light. It, in turn, is surrounded by multicolored rings of light that go to infinity and beyond. This, in turn, creates a super bright, white, sparkling, reflective, misty cloud. It's absorbed in through our heart-mind. It is like a warm embrace that never ends. And we discover that the golden white ball of light is the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest, deepest, and the purest of the purest, purest, eternal love. Then comes gratitude, well-being, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, prosperity, benevolence, massive prosperity, massive abundance. And we discover that all of that is a reflection of the gods that we are in these bodies. Now, this column of light, we designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, infinity and beyond, as it's doing right now. What is the golden ocean? Pure, deep, eternal love. When you visualize, when you see through your heart, mind's motion picture, all the love, the intensity of this highest of the highest high vibrational frequencies flooding and saturating this planet, permeating it, infinity and beyond, then you know that we are literally transcending this planet into a God-planet paradigm. It's the only direction it can go with this much love. We are drops of this golden ocean. We also hold the essence of this golden ocean. Golden ocean is the drops of the golden ocean. And the only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere. As we watch the sphere, some of us who are carrying physical form decide to step out of the physical form, hover effortlessly above it. The reason we do this is because it's really fun and we can. Now, this meditative sphere, we created it over 4 years ago. It holds all of our meditations, nearly 1,900, in perpetual motion. Over 4 years, every day, 7 days a week, without fail. Sometimes a couple times a day. Hundreds of millions of us focused on this planet's ascension in all life. Highest supreme value in the universe. Just feel that. These meditations continue to advance, grow, and intensify. They don't wane and disappear. That's why this meditative sphere can be seen, heard, and felt in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to supercharge, expand, grow, and advance. Now, you can picture through your heart, mind's motion picture what's happening on this planet. You can see it. Every one of us can on this meditation. You see all of this goop. It's a shiny, black, goopy stuff. It looks like crude oil, but blacker. And it's evaporating from the planet. We've seen things evaporate before, right? Steam out of a pot, the water. This is a little different. Everywhere on the surface of the planet, on it, in it, above it, and below it, this black goop. It's the AI goop. It's the pure evil. It's corrupted souls, and it's all evaporating. It is in a field of this absolutely spectacular God energy, golden pink white light. You can see through it, right? And it's all of these evaporated particles are disintegrating through it. And in the sky we see now a super bright white, pink, golden white sky. And what's left of them when they get to this sky, they immediately are completely vanished. They are absorbed into the pure consciousness where they are no longer, no more, never to return. That's what's happening on this planet. You can tap into it any time you choose. There are no accidents or coincidences in this world. Nothing is by chance. It is all a reflection, indication, expression, manifestation of your body-mind's vibration. Your vibration is determined by the thoughts and feelings you choose to experience, which are also being sent out into this universe. Your body-mind is like a massive radio tower that emits a personal signature energy, which is constantly being received by this universe. Positive feelings, thoughts create easy healing and satisfying experiences, while negative thoughts, feelings attract situations that leave us with a dark, lonely, and impoverished experience. For today, hold your intention. Hold it. Hold your attention on the most powerful vibration there is, love. Start by tuning your radio tower so it's working at 100% by practicing self-love. Love yourself no matter what happens this day. This commitment releases all negative, positive accidents from entering your vibrational field. All negative possible accidents. You'll win every battle with pain and poverty. You'll win every battle with pain and poverty and failure. Imagine what it will be like to be self-loving and self-accepting for the next 24 hours. I'll join you in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out. Take an easy breath in slowly through the nose, and an easy and slow breath out the mouth. Be still. Enlightenment comes like a bolt of lightning, yet can trickle throughout your life like a slow, soothing stream. Investigate today how you casually react to people. Notice if you generally have a protective hardness, lightness, resistance, friendliness, defensiveness, pushiness, or perhaps a needy energy. Watch what typical reaction you have with others and don't change it. Let it change into something else on its own. Be patient with it. Ask it questions that might unravel its past. Don't be attached to what comes about. Simply drop into it profoundly. Choose to be in your heart of your programming deeply and let the self-realization come out of it. This is the only thing that will stop the habits and is how you will evolve quickly in your consciousness. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and the following morning. We will return here tonight for the Time for Change call at 9 p.m. Eastern, and tomorrow, Thursday, May 12th, 2022, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call.